Well, to people who have been somewhat pessimistic about the resilience of the PDP, it could be shocking, but you recall that I had told you here that a lot of activities have been put in place by the PDP towards resolving some of the conflicts within the party, and that out of the ashes of the storm, we are going to bounce back. And that is part of the things that you saw yesterday, the 102 NEC meeting of the party. And again, you recall I told you that in 2022-23, the PDP, in an attempt to wrest power from the APC, had actually thrown open the zoning arrangement of the party, and that we were going to put our best foot forward. But eventually, like it happened, that decision backfired, because eventually people resisted the intention to get a northern candidate to succeed the northern president and all that. And so it backfired, and PDP, for part of that reason, lost the election. And so this time around, we've been reconciling, reviewing strategies, reviewing what happened and the rest of them. And majority of us, virtually all of us, agreed that a mistake was made in 2023, fielding another candidate. And this time around, in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of fairness and justice, PDP leaders decided to swallow their saliva and say, look, let's take this thing to the south, where majority of the people expected that it would have been. As a party, we have not spoken to Peter Obi, but you recall also that in the run-up to 2023, the expectation was that the ticket of the PDP was going to go to the south. And somehow, for reasons of fairness, people thought that the Southeast, having not produced a candidate for a major political party like that, would definitely have fielded a Southeast candidate. And obviously, it was Peter Obi that ordinarily would have picked the ticket. So, in anger, in frustration, Peter Obi left the PDP. And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we are likely going to do. And if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate. The conversation is predicated on the belief by such individuals that if Peter Obi comes back and he is the most favored candidate, the most supported candidate, and becomes a candidate, the PDP will make an impact in the 2027 election. I can tell you for free that the PDP, like I told you before, is a big brand rooted in the Nigerian people. And so if, like now, that the ticket has been zoned to the south, there are several other persons that can also fly the flag of the party. President Goodluck is also a credible candidate. Some persons are talking to the president, former president, to come and run, and it's a possibility.
Now, that is the voice of Senator Abba Moro, the Senate Minority Whip. And good evening and thanks for joining us on Political Lens. I am Chukwuma Okoro. And on the show today, panic in Tinubu APC camps as Obi, Jonathan Jostle for PDP ticket, plus Tinubu using Wike to split the PDP and ADC. Now, that's a question. There's a question mark behind the second stanza. And I'm joined in the studio this evening by Barrister Darlington Agomo. He is a lawyer and a VOP in-house analyst. Good evening, Barrister Darlington, and thanks for coming to Political Lens. Always a pleasure to have you.
Good evening, Mr. Koro.
All right. Very well, sir. Very well. Now, let's get into it. There's been a resurgence of palpable fear, anxiety, and jittery in the camps of the ruling APC and President Bola Tinubu following the zoning of the PDP presidential ticket to the south during the 102nd NEC meeting of the party. With this zoning arrangement, efforts have been intensified by PDP stalwarts to bring in either former President Goodluck Jonathan or former Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, into the race. You heard Senator Abba Moro say that, look, Peter Obi is the most likely person, that because according to him, people believe in him and that he has credibility. Be that as it may, he also said that people are also talking to former President Goodluck Jonathan to see how either of them can be lured into, nudged into taking the ticket, the presidential ticket of the PDP ahead of 2027 so that they can square up clearly with the ruling party APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, speaking during a television appearance, Minority Whip of the Senate, Abba Moro, said that talks are ongoing individually and that the PDP will soon make formal representations to get either of the two to slug it out with President Tinubu. This, we understand, has heightened tension in the camps of the president and APC, and the president is believed to be surreptitiously using FCT Minister Wike to destabilize the PDP and, in fact, the ADC, which has already started having problems. Barrister, welcome to the show once again, and let's get into it. The PDP met for its 102nd NEC meeting, and the zoning committee, headed by Bayelsa Governor Doye Deri, submitted its report and recommendation that the presidential ticket should be zoned to the south, and that recommendation was adopted. What is the larger implication of that? 2, perhaps 3 big presidential tickets in the south. When I say 2 or 3, I'm talking about President Tinubu taken for granted first offer of refusal in the APC, and Obi or Jonathan in the PDP. Let's take it for granted that Jonathan clinches the ticket of the PDP and Peter Obi clinches that of the Labour Party. So you have 3 big presidential candidates in the south. What is the larger implication of the PDP zoning their ticket to the south, and what becomes of Atiku Abubakar if he clinches the ticket of ADC or any other party from the north? What's your broad reaction to that situation?
Now, PDP is trying to reinvent itself, and that is good. When you ask a man to die and he dies that day, that means that man is gone forever. But when you say a man should die, you say, no, I will not die today. Not even you will dictate when I will die. That man is a man. So PDP is doing everything to reinvent itself, to prove to APC that, yes, they were there before them. And that is the way to go. All along, Wike has been doing everything to prove that he is all and all in PDP. And the PDP leaders have been using wisdom on him. That is why it looks as if they don't know what to do. They know what to do. At the 11th hour, you will see what PDP will do to Wike. That is one. Then 2, this NEC meeting is welcome too. It's a welcome development. They have woken up from their slumber. But do you know why? I've always told you, Mr. Okoro, that look, whenever the chiefs are down, Nigerians will look towards the southeast for deliverance. And I mean it. Apart from the fact that the Bible said that the wise man comes from the east, the fact remains that having gone round, the presidential ticket, the only region now that needs to be tested is the southeast. So if PDP are now win Peter Obi, is that not a welcome development? And why are they doing this? Because they have seen a material in him. I said it. Even from the beginning, I've always said that Peter Obi, don't struggle too much on this thing. They will come for you. They will look for you. Because the only reason why PDP is doing it, there's no other person. There's no other person that will do this job now for PDP except who? Peter Obi. All this other one that people are talking about, Jonathan, because there are wider implications, Mr. Okoro. Listen to me.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I like to hear that.
If they should make that mistake of bringing a Jonathan, if Jonathan let him win all the votes in the election, the court will shut it down.
You are a lawyer. I was coming to that point. Yes, you brought it forward too early. So let's just talk about it now before we move on.
Section 137 of our constitution, not PDP constitution, of our ground norm, makes it clear that you cannot be sworn in twice for that office. called the President of the Federal Republic of
So he cannot be sworn in more than twice?
Twice, yes. Cannot
Okay.
more than twice. Please, has Jonathan been sworn in twice? The answer is capital yes. He has been sworn in twice. That one is not debatable. It cannot be debated by anybody. So why do they want to bring him in now? Who is making that move? They just want to scuttle P2B's vote. That's the plan here. That's the plan, and that is why I am going to insist that P2B should insist that this should not happen. It should not happen. If they truly mean to succeed in this election, there is no need in taking that gamble because it will not work.
Which one will not work? The Jonathan
The
angle?
Jonathan ticket will not work.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? Because they may say, let us gamble it and not. Eventually, if it not happen, uncle, if it not happen, for all I know, they will not allow Jonathan to go back to that Aso Rock. He may not be welcome. The courts are there. They will interpret the law as it is. So what now happens?
But Barrister, there are certain people that believe that a section of the Constitution was amended and that it should not take retroactive effect because as at the time Jonathan took the second oath of office, the law had not been amended. So they are trying to, that the law is forward-looking, not retroactive.
I said the hawks are waiting in the wings for this particular move to be made. Are you getting what? Don't take that risk. Don't take that risk. That's what I'm saying. If it is another person from the same state or region, but it's the same man, somebody will bring up all these things. And I trust our lawyers, they know how to interpret all these things. Are you telling me that they will not bring up one particular either is or was or when or where? These words can mar the whole thing. Like Abuja, they don't know whether is or and. You remember?
Yes.
What happened with Abuja? Is that not what Scott did? So why do you want to gamble when you have a material already? Tried and tested. Why are you trying to gamble your chances? They should allow Jonathan to rest instead of wooing him. And he may think that people are behind him and all that. At the end of the day, they will pull the rug under his feet. Why do you want to take that risk? For what?
Okay, all right. Now Barrister, you seem to have shut out the chances of a Jonathan presidency.
Yeah, there's no need.
Okay, so let's concentrate on
If there is
Peter
no
Obi.
option, I will say okay, but there are options on ground already.
Okay, now let's concentrate on Peter Obi now. You heard what Abba Moro said. Abba Moro said that formally the PDP has not spoken to Peter Obi as a political party, but that individuals are speaking to him. But there is a likelihood that the party will speak to him. When people talk about Peter Obi going back to the PDP, and others say that, look, the factors that pushed him out of the PDP, the Wike factor, is still there, looms larger than life in the PDP. Now, is there any guarantee that those people that are pushing to get Peter Obi into the PDP are not trying to lure him into the PDP so that they will nail him because the Wike factor is still there?
The Wike factor is like a fable. It's like a fable. It does not exist. Because look at it yourself. What is Wike going to do? If the National Working Committee and the leaders of the party come together and say, look, this is where we are going, this is what we want, how will a Wike scuttle it? Will he stop Peter Obi from becoming the candidate of the party? And how will he do it? How? On his own, how will he do it? You know it's not possible.
Okay, Barrister, you know the last time, before the 101st NEC meeting, you know how long it took PDP to constitute a NEC meeting? More than 2 years. What was the reason? It was because Wike didn't agree that the NEC must hold. Barrister, if you are saying that Wike, does it look like, because the impression you give me is that looks like Wike is losing grip of the PDP.
He has. That was why
you believe that he has lost?
He has, because that was why this NEC meeting held.
Okay.
Yes, you said that was before. I get that before, no before.
Okay, so what do you think that changed? What changed?
Because Wike is losing out. He's neither in APC or in PDP. Yes, he's losing out. That's the truth. I told you here that when the chiefs are down, Wike will be like the proverbial bat. Also, you don't know where he belongs, whether an animal or a bird. That is where Wike is now. Because look at it yourself. Is he wielding any power in the APC? The answer is no. Is he wielding any power in the PDP? The answer is no. Because the owners of the party have come to, insist on what they want. You can see them issuing warning, right, left, and center, that anybody that wants to score today will deal with that. You know, that kind of thing. So they are now bracing up. Wike is just a person. I mean, I don't see, even in River State, he doesn't have a foothold there.
In River State?
He doesn't have a foothold. Wike cannot campaign in River State. After all the infamy he has committed there, they will not welcome him. Wike he cannot.
But Barrister, do you think that PDP can expel Nyesom Wike?
Look, they will. When the chiefs are done, they will. They are just bidding their time. But if it didn't happen this year, it may happen next year. I'm not joking. If they say you are no longer recognized, look at what they did to El-Rufai in SDP. They even banned him for 30 years.
No, you cannot compare what happened to El-Rufai in SDP and what is likely or may happen to Wike in PDP. El-Rufai wasn't deeply rooted in the SDP. Okay. He was just patching. But Wike has been part and parcel of the PDP. Okay. And at the point, the sole financier of the party. Installed governors, installed members of the NEC, members of the National Working Committee, calling the shots.
Mr. Okoro, you know one of the things I don't like about Wike.
Okay.
He was overly ambitious. I'm telling you, if you are doing a favor to somebody, don't rub it in. Don't always come out whenever you, maybe in the public space, when you see people, when you see the man, say, you see this man, oh, I'm the one that made him, I'm the one that gave him food yesterday. Oh. If not for me, this man would have died. I picked him up from the gutter. I made him, even this cloth is wearing, I bought it for him. I mean, when you begin to talk to that man like that, won't he lose respect and dignity? And at the point, he will not challenge you and say, what type of nonsense did you do for me? Are you my God? It's not backfire. That's exactly what Wike did for PDP. You claim you are this, you are that. Is it with your money? Is it with your money? Because when they say this, people don't interrogate it further. You are telling me you did it, you are financing, is it with your money? Is it not Rivers People's money? Public fund. You are now talking as if you are the one who, before you enter politics, where were you? You were motor-parked out now. You were motor-parked out.
Barrister, did you know him?
What do you mean? He started from motor-park.
Did you know him then?
I said, when they were collecting tickets, they just brush him up and put him in, and now he's flexing muscle. What was his background?
He's your lawyer colleague. He's a lawyer like you.
Which lawyer?
Wike is a lawyer.
Please, I have heard you. I have heard you. We are not talking about that one now.
Okay.
He's this kind of lawyer. I don't want to associate with him. He's not behaving like one.
Okay. All right. But Barrister, let's move away from the Wike angle to this story. Now, the PDP zoning arrangement seems to have unsettled the APC. And they also seem to be in a panic mode by always dismissing the threats as ineffectual, the threat of the PDP. Now, do you think that APC is jittery or solid on ground to withstand any threat from PDP with possibly an Obi candidacy or Jonathan on the ballot?
You know why they are talking about Obi and Jonathan is to rattle APC. Because these are material, but an Obi candidate, in fact, it will make APC to go on a sleepless night.
Are they sleepless now?
I am telling you, they are, because for PDP to have held this NEC meeting, in fact, they never expected it. They never thought it could happen. I'm not joking. They never thought it could happen, but it happened. And for them to have done what they did, in fact, APC never expected it too. So, step by step, PDP is bouncing back and the APC is jittery. Because remember, APC collected power from PDP. And the same PDP is coming back now to take the power back from APC. So there is no way APC will be happy or settled. It's not. Rather, they are unsettled. The only thing that the PDP needed to do now is to push for what? Electoral reform. The Beavers and the IREC, RF should be made legally binding. If these two things can be done, I am telling you, Tinubu may be thinking twice to avoid disgrace.
Well, when you say thinking twice, Barrister, what exactly do you mean?
He may be thinking whether to contest or not.
Tinubu?
Yes.
When people are campaigning for him all over the place?
Yes, now, it has happened. Even in US, some candidates, when they see that the coast is not clear, they withdraw to avoid embarrassment. Do you know what will happen to his political career if Tinubu should be shut down? Because the coalition now is all about removing power from him. After all, the constitution says you must run for 4 years.
For 4 years.
So this 8 years phenomenon, I don't know who brought it. That you must do 8 years, whether you are doing well or not. I don't know who brought it. You see why I don't agree with people when they introduce some of this thing. It's like this north-south permutation. And this 8 years conundrum. It has brought us a lot of problems. If not, why would the Tinubu be insisting to continue after the embarrassing outing for 4 years? Is it not because people have been saying it must be 8 years for the south, 8 years for the north? Who told you? Where is it in our constitution? There are things we don't even need to talk about. The constitution did not say that you must run for 8 years. No. If you are not doing well, you leave the stage. That is why there is a periodic election. I don't know why people should continue to say yes, it will be a disgrace if he did not one-term president. What kind of thing is that, Mr. Okoro? You are going to be one-term president. Can you just imagine?
Okay, now Barrister, you talked about the president not doing well. We'll go to Japan and Brazil, where I think he's still in Brazil. We'll go to Japan and Brazil to x-ray all that he said. But before we do that, let's go to the north, where we have Atiku Abubakar. Barrister, assuming we have 3 presidential candidates, the north will become the battleground. What do you think will happen to Atiku Abubakar if he secures the ticket of the ADC?
That is the mistake Atiku has been making. He is not thinking strategically. I was thinking he would have accommodated Obi by, asking him to run with ADC. But now that he says he's going to contest, I don't know how he's going to do it though. All these things that people have been touting him that he's a serial loser, he's a serial contestant, is because he has not been strategically positioning himself. He always do things at the wrong timing. That is why he always failed. It is agreed now that the south is the battleground even. Yes, it's the south because that is where the candidates are coming from. So, he that is coming from the north now, what is he expecting? Is he expecting any vote here? The southern candidates are going to divide the votes in the north. If a Tinubu is going to run and Obi is going to run, they are going to divide the votes in the north. That's the truth.
An article will divide the votes in the south. The votes in the south.
I don't think so. It's not strong in the south here. The south may not even allow it, going by the so-called north and south permutation. Yes. What are you wasting your vote on Atiku? I mean, is it possible? It's a waste of vote now for Atiku because he will not make it. He will not. You see? And when he failed, tomorrow they will count it against him that he contested and lost. Why are you always trying to do the impossible? If they have agreed that yes, it's the turn of the south, why are you wasting your resources and all that? That is the reason why I don't know who is advising them. If I were him, initially I was supporting an Obi and Atiku in ADC. It would have made a perfect sense. But now you can see what is going on. You can see. So he's not always strategic in his political thinking. He's not.
Okay, now Barrister, let's talk about the North as an entity, as a political entity. The North understands that there is a zoning arrangement, gentleman agreement, though not written in our constitution as a country, but parties have that kind of arrangement in their constitution. By PDP. Now, do you think that the North will clearly want power to come back to the North after just 4 years in the South?
They want to try their luck. That's what I put it. Like Atiku, he's the only one who has been doing this from the north. Remember?
Okay.
Even when it was clear that the north should not come, they will see Atiku will still show up. He will still show up. And when he fails, he will run to Dubai to go and cool off. So he's the one that is causing problem for himself. He's not thinking strategically. If I were him, now that the chiefs are down, we have known where the political opinion is weighing heavily in favor of. I would have advised him to, leave this contest and wait for what's it called, 2035, Abi, or 2031.
You mean Atiku wait for 2031? How old will he be then? Atiku is already 81. By 2035, by 2031, Atiku will be how old? Why old will he be?
It's not about age. If the man is still strong enough to manage his health and do the work, why not? Abi? Why not? Because Atiku has not been frequenting the medical facility.
Maybe he has been, but we don't know because his life is a private citizen, unlike the president.
But if he had been going, somebody would have seen him in the hospital.
Okay. So will you support a president, a Nigerian president in his 80s?
I wouldn't. But if that will bring peace, why not?
What kind of peace? Peace of the graveyard or real peace? Peace with justice.
Peace of the polity.
Okay, peace of the polity.
Yes, peace of the polity. At least this thing that he has been insisting, let us see whether he will be the one to do the magic. If that will, if the North can bring...
Beautiful, Barrister. I like the point that you brought us to. Do you think that Atiku has the magic to fix Nigeria?
With the experience he had.
Okay, as vice president.
Yes, twice.
Okay.
He has been in the corridors of power for a long time for him to know. Because I remember when Boko Haram showed up, he said Obasanjo called him and said, what do we do? He now told Obasanjo to summon the service chiefs and give them a marching order. And he said that thing paid off. It paid off. That was why we were able to...
It paid off and we are where we are today.
It paid off until Buhari showed up and things turned 360 degrees.
How much had we degraded Boko Haram before Buhari came into office?
No, we have gone far.
We had gone far, and that was the reason why they removed Jonathan from office.
Didn't you see the regret now? Mr. Okoro, didn't you see that they are regretting what they did to Jonathan? You can see now. They are now want to stew in their own juice. They did all this thing to rubbish Jonathan, and the man quietly and obediently left. That is why it is not good to even struggle with people over things. Leave them. If they say they are more hungry, leave them. When they get tired, they will say, we know that this thing belongs to you. Please come and take it. We are sorry. We took it from you. Is that not what the North is doing now?
Now, Barrister, you said that Atiku has experience. The current president had experience as governor. The position of governor is more like that of the president. So what are we seeing today?
Running a state is different from being a vice president of the Federal Republic.
So what's the difference? The state governor has executive powers. The vice president, his powers are as assigned to him by the president.
In the case of Tinubu, he didn't do anything in Lagos. He only came to Lagos to amass wealth. That was the only thing he achieved in Lagos. He was able to hijack the political and economic life of Lagosians and pocket it. And is now using it to his own advantage. That's what he did in Lagos, nothing else. I challenge anybody to tell me otherwise. The money Tinubu made in his life, he's still making it in Lagos State. He's still collecting a severance package, Abi. So these are the things he made in Lagos. He didn't do anything in Lagos. The people that built Lagos was Jack Conde, Fashola, and Ambode. These three, go and check what they did.
But he put those people into office.
You are talking now. So these are the things he has been doing, choosing who will be what. These people, did he allow them to go for second term? The answer is no.
Fashola did second term.
If not for public opinion.
So Sanwo-Olu is doing his second term now.
Sorry?
Sanwo-Olu is doing his second term.
Oh, do you think that If Sanwo-Olu did what he did in his first term, he would have gone back. No. Sanwo-Olu wanted to bring that deal by being a yes boy to Tinubu. He was just an errand boy. He was just doing everything he was asked to do by Tinubu until he came in the second term and started trying to assert himself. Since he now wanted to assert himself in the second term, don't you see how he has been sidelined? Do you see Sanwo-Olu in public glare again? Do you see him taking some of the decisions he's supposed to take? Do you see him? Because he wanted to remove a speaker who does not cooperate with him. And this speaker is a boy to Tinubu. And now they now team up against him. So Sanwo-Olu is just there in the second term. He's just there.
Okay, all right.
If not for the election of Tinubu, the election that coming, they would have removed him.
All right, Barrister, let's move away from Lagos politics and go back to the national politics. Now, Governor Obasani of Kaduna State was in Brazil with the president, and he said that the president's speech in Brazil has restored investor confidence in Nigeria. I mean, what with the agro deal and the Nigeria-Brazil direct flight by air peace? Barrister, if you were a foreign investor and you understand what's going on in Nigeria, will you come here to invest?
I will
Straight
not.
Off. Why wouldn't you?
I will not. Look, Tinubu and his handlers have forgotten that the world is a global village now. If anything is going on in your country, you will not say it. People will say it. The world will see it. They will come calling. You don't need to go and tell them that they will see it. Oh, they will see it, Mr. Okoro. This embarrassment he has gone to cause himself and Nigeria in Brazil. With it himself, nobody will pay attention to him. You know, all the places are gone to Mr. Okoro. Who came with him? Who came? When he went to India, one businessman, they said the billionaire in India, said he's coming with 14 billion. Up to today, 2 years after, where is the man? Where is the billions? How many of them have come here to open shop, Mr. Okoro? It is now Brazil that will come, Abi. Okay,
now, Barrister, there are two things. One is business people believe that investors go to where there is a problem. Because business is all about solution provision, providing solutions. So don't you think that Nigeria is a fertile business ground because of the problems that we have? So why is it difficult for you to believe that investors will come?
Yes,
I mean, we are lacking in power, we are lacking in health, we are lacking in road infrastructure, we are lacking in education. If all these people come and invest and refine these sectors, don't you think that the opportunities are latent here?
Those are not the problem. Who will bring his money to come and fight terrorists in Nigeria? Mr. Okoro? Who is that businessman that will bring his money to come? Because that's the biggest problem of Nigeria today. That is the biggest problem, because where there is no peace, there can never be progress there. Who are those people that are stopping our farmers from going to farm? So the investor will go and invest in a farm that he cannot access, Abi, Mr. Okoro. I mean, look at it yourself. Oh. Is this impossible? Let that businessman come that will use his money to fight insecurity for us. I want to see that businessman. Okay. Since they don't know what to do with their money.
But in terms of insecurity, Barrister, all of us have not died. I mean, businesses are still going on in Lagos, Abuja, Kano. So don't you think that a foreign investor, like Brazil, said that, look, they have a company that can process like 90,000 cows in a day with different value chain. Don't you think that they can come here and get into all of that business?
Oh my God. Which cow? Will a Fulani herdsman release his cow?
No, but that's business for him.
Let me tell you. From Buhari to Tinubu period or era, we have been talking of ranches. Have you seen one anywhere in Nigeria? Is it not when you ranch this cow that you are able to breed them and then make use of them the way Brazilians are making use of them?
Okay, what if the Brazilians do the ranching themselves?
Oh, no, they can't do. You know very well, you know.
Barrister, I don't know. That's why I'm asking questions.
No, because the people behind it, that's not what they want. What the Fulani herdsmen want is to take over the whole Nigeria.
So it's not about business for them?
No. Because if they would have embraced it under Buhari now. They would have embraced it. They would even go to their brother Buhari and say, look, this is what we want. And the man will do it. So they never wanted it. That's why that day did not fly. Tinubu mooted the idea. Did it fly? Did it fly? So that's what they are telling you. That's not what they want. They have your ulterior motive. So Brazilians will not come here and fight your war. It's not possible. They have to come when everything is stabilized. They know that yes, they can have access to the so-called cow, or you will allow them to bring their own and breed. And you know this Fulani, they will not allow that. You know.
Okay, now, Barrister, the president went to Brazil and he negotiated direct flight. Before now, and if you want to go to Brazil, you have to fly to London first, you know, or any part of Europe before you now go to Brazil. But now the president went to Brazil and negotiated direct flight. Lagos, Abuja, Brazil. A piece.
So
shouldn't we give him thumbs up?
No.
Isn't that business for Nigeria?
No.
Forex, because the people are going to pay in dollars and all of that.
No, it's not. What is
it?
What are they? What are Brazilians coming to do?
The Nigerians go to Brazil. Brazilians are here.
How many of them?
It doesn't matter, but they are here. One person could make a difference. What do you think?
We have nothing to offer Brazil. That is the first thing you should bear in mind. We have nothing to offer Brazil.
Barrister, when you say that we have nothing to offer Brazil, how about our mineral resources that we have? They could build a company here, process those mineral resources into finished products and sell both here and export.
The company that you have here already, where are they living? And you think that it's Brazilian company that will come here and stay? I mean, look at it yourself. You mean those companies that close shop, they don't want to do business? They don't know how to make money.
Barrister, our own dear sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala came here and said that, look, the current president has stabilized the economy. So don't you think that investors will troop in if they hear that from DG of World Trade Organization?
Mr. Goro,
yes, sir.
There is what we call a diplomatic courtesy.
Okay.
When it is being extended to you, don't take it for the reality. Don't take it for the real deal. It is what we call diplomatic courtesy. You extend it to your host or to your guest. Are you getting it? You don't come to your guest and start railing out all the things he's not doing well. You don't do that in diplomatic circle. As far as I'm concerned, Okonjo-Iweala is a diplomat. Is a trade diplomat. So anywhere he goes, he drops a one kind word or the other, because he's in charge of world trade. You don't go to a country that's not doing well and start lambasting the president and say you are not. You don't do that.
Okay, do you think she could have said differently if she spoke from New York?
Anywhere he goes, he doesn't need to.
No, assuming she spoke about Nigeria from New York, do you think she would have taken a different position?
He has always said that we are not taking advantage of the AGOA and even the trade opportunities available to Africa. He has said it several times. Abi? And these are things he's supposed to, because that is her forte. He can't say more than that now to come to Nigeria and be talking about terrorism, nepotism, religious killings. Is it not what we are suffering here? But she cannot go into that terrain now. He cannot go into that terrain. He has to speak along economic line. That's why he said the policies are good, this and that. Do you want him to come here and tell you that Tinubu policies are not good? No, tell me. Okay,
now, Barrister, let's do a bit of economics. What is stability? When you talk about economic stability, because some people argue, even people in government, like the central bank governor or the minister of finance, argue that we have achieved some level of stability in the forex market, in the foreign exchange market, since we unified it. When this government took over, they made it at 780 naira per dollar, and in the first 1 year, it hovered between 1,000, 1,900, at a point 2,000 naira per dollar. Now, for over 6 months, it has hovered between 1,500, 1,600. Is that some form of stability?
It is not.
What is stability then?
In economic calculations,
okay,
1 naira difference in your budget can mar the whole budget.
We're not talking about budget. We're talking about
as a businessman.
Okay.
If you are looking at the exchange rate of government, maybe by January you want to do your outlook for the year. You now do your calculation based on the exchange rate in January. By February, it has altered. Are you still going to use the same projection you made in January for your business? Is not. The answer is no. So this is that hover between 1.4, 1.5 and 1.6. Is that what they call stability? Why is the dollar not changing like that? That you are using the dollar to calculate how you are going to do your business, what you are going to import and what you are going to export. That's not stability. It's not stability. There is no reason why this same naira that was 100 and is that not 197 naira under PDP should now shot to 1,600 and you say you have stabilized. Under PDP, when it was 197 naira per dollar, what were they doing that time, Mr. Okoro? You mean they didn't know how to manage the economy? It is you now that have taken it to this height now that knows how to manage the economy. Okay,
now, Barrister, let's go back to politics. Have you observed that the ADC coalition, the ADC, when Wike says it's not a coalition because he says it's just people moving into a political party called the ADC, that is not a coalition. Have you observed recently that the ADC has been very quiet? We've not heard from Bolaji Abdullahi, we've not heard from David Mark, we have not heard from Atiku himself, who has even, he's not taking the ticket. We have not heard from Nasir El-Rufai. Does it look like, since after David Mark, Tambuwal, and Emeki Ihedioha were investigated by the EFCC, I mean, does it look like there's a clampdown on them or that they have been suppressed? What is going on? For 1 week now, I've not heard Bolaji say anything.
What would they say? Because PDP is on the board now.
Okay.
PDP is on the board. That's what we call political movement.
Okay.
Whenever a political party is current in the media, the other ones will withdraw or they will become irrelevant. If you want to talk about ADC now, what is going on there? The next meeting of PDP is on the front burner. So we have to talk about it. That's the truth. Have ADC done their own?
No, it's like ADC coming to say, I mean, they should have told us, look, the president went to Japan, he went to Brazil, and this is what he got, this is what he did, and this is not what he didn't, this is not what he did, and we haven't heard all of that.
No, people are talking about it.
No, I mean ADC as a party. Barrister, does it look like, they are losing grip of the political space or what?
Yes, the ruling party have just used EFCC to calm them down.
Okay.
By going after their leaders. That is what they normally do. That's what they normally do. And that is why Obi is like a beautiful bride here now. Among all of them, no EFCC have not seen any reason to even invite Obi, not to talk of accusing him of anything. So that is why everybody is looking up to Obi. That is the truth. I believe if Obi had been with ADC, maybe the news would have been more on that side. Okay. Because wherever Obi is or wherever his name, people want to rally around and see what is going on there. That is the truth. So ADC will not make any move now because the necessary things they needed to do, they have not done it. In fact, they are telling you that Atiku, who claimed that he will run another, is not even a member of that party because he doesn't have their ticket, their card. Atiku is not a card-carrying member of ADC.
Yes, but Barrister, I'm happy that you brought us back to this point because people are also saying that there is a likelihood that Atiku might go back to PDP just to make sure that he scuttles anybody, probably Obi's ambition or Jonathan's, from getting a ticket in the PDP.
No, they have done their next meeting and the positions have been taken.
Okay. So positions were taken in 2023. When they said zone the ticket to the south, Atiku said, except to take it to the southeast, I'm in.
No.
And he went and got the ticket.
No, you see, things have changed.
What changed?
What changed is because new political parties are on board, like that ADC, Labour Party, and all that.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the calculation of 2023 is different from what is going on now.
Okay.
They want to take power from somebody who is an incumbent and who is ordinary is supposed to run for 8 years ordinarily, but now they want to scuttle it. So all the effort, all the all the calculation and all the thinking is that our efforts will not be in vain. So PDP wouldn't want anything that will mess them up like before. Like what that Abba Moro was talking. He said they have realized the mistake they made. They want to correct it. Is that not part of what he said? So they wouldn't want an article to come in. Maybe there is a jinx around him concerning becoming the president of this country. Or maybe Obasanjo plays a course because he's the one that scuttled his ambition. If Obasanjo have agreed with Atiku would have become the president after Obasanjo. That was the agreement, because when Obasanjo was going for a second term, all the PDP governors said, no, we don't want you. They told him to his face that Atiku should go. Obasanjo had to kneel down and beg Atiku, say, please allow me, let me go. After me, you will go as a northerner. And the man, out of magnanimity, Mr. Okoro, have you heard what I said? Now, out of magnanimity, this article they are vilifying now, he agreed that Obasanjo should go. Immediately Obasanjo entered. Towards the end of his tenure, he now saw Atiku as the devil himself. Okay. And started rubbishing him.
So you think that Atiku is a man with a good heart?
Sorry? Of course, yeah, that one is a moderate. Yes, he's a moderate.
Do you think Atiku will make a good president?
Yes, he will. He's a moderate. I mean, he's a liberal. He's a liberal. He's not an extremist like his fellow Fulani brothers. He's not. Yes. He's a liberal man.
He's a liberal. He's a moderate. When a certain Christian youth was killed
that's an isolated case. Was an isolated case.
Isolated.
Apart from that case.
But a lot of Nigerians use it to judge him.
No. You can't use that.
Okay.
Look at what he has done apart from that thing that happened. It was out of what? Maybe emotional outburst.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? Apart from that case, mention any extremist utterances you had identified with Atiku.
Okay.
Extremist utterances.
Barrister, we are questioning him. We are out of time.
That's a one-off case.
One-off case. Well taken.
But his brother that went to go and bring terrorists into Nigeria, I don't even think people are talking to him like Buhari. I don't know why people are just afraid of Buhari, even in death. Nobody have come out to tell him what he did to Nigeria. He was the one that brought the terrorists into Nigeria. He was the one. And that was why elder statesmen had to sue him to court. Padebanjo. They sued it for 50 billion naira. They sued Buhari for being the arrowhead of terrorism in Nigeria. Imagine a sitting president being sued to court for being the leader of terrorists in Nigeria.
Okay, now, Barrister, we are out of time. Now that Peter Obi seems to be hugging the limelight, or limelight hugging Peter Obi, and he's on the spotlight now. Everybody's talking about him. Nasir El-Rufai, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, Abba Moro, Southerners, Westerners. What advice do you have for him? I mean, if you were supposed to advise him, what would you tell him? How is he going to hold this strongly up until 2027?
Good. You see, when somebody becomes this popular, he had to guide his loin. He need a think tank, a sincere think tank, because he may not know everything and he may not be everywhere. He needs somebody now who will tell him the truth and guide him. That is why all these political big wigs, they have advisors. P2B needs such a person now, especially those who will speak for him so that he will talk less. I don't want him to talk or join issues with anybody. Look at Jonathan. Have you heard him say any word? This Jonathan that is almost taking over PDP thinking and all that. Have you seen Jonathan utter a word anywhere? People are talking on his behalf. I expect people to toe that line so that all these referrals will not be talking to him anyhow.
Okay.
Let him get people who will speak for him, people who will be there for him, people who will be sincere to him. That's what I expect him to do. Because right now, whatever he says, they may use it against him. But let him just remain like Jonathan.
All right.
That's what I think.
Okay, beautiful. Now, Barrister, it's been a very interesting conversation. I wish we could continue, and I hope that we can do this some other time. Unfortunately, we are out of time, and this would be a good place to end this conversation. I've been speaking with Barrister Darlington Agomore, lawyer and VOP in-house analyst. And Barrister, thank you for coming to VOP Political Lens on VOP. We appreciate your presence.
My pleasure.
All right, thank you very much. Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, the technical director, bus manager, the ingest manager, and sound engineer, I am Chukwuma Okoro. And up next is Issues with Jerry Apollo High. Stay with us and don't go away. Enjoy the rest of your evening and bye for now.